though I expect it not to be my last CRA meeting. Okay, so I just want to let everybody know that I thoroughly enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to working with you again. I'm thinking positive. Thank you.
Amen. No disclosures for me, Mayor.
All right, and Board Member Turkin
No disclosures.
and Board Member Kelly.
Two things. I had a disclosure that I missed at the last meeting on February 13th. I did speak to, I had gotten a phone call from David Katz with regard to 12D, and so I just wanted to just clear that up. And then just thank staff for Blarney Bash. I attended. It was amazing. My daughter had a blast. We had a good time. It was a great turnout. So thank you.
All right, just for clarification, Board Member, did you mean 12D of this agenda or 12D of the previous agenda?
12D of the previous agenda.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have no disclosures for myself on this agenda. Seeing nothing else, we're going to move on to public comments. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak on any of the items not on the agenda? All right, seeing no one in the audience, let's go to those online. Manny or Vicky, do we have anybody online?
None at this time.
All right, thank you. So public comments are now closed. We're going to move on to consent agenda. Are there any items anyone would like to pull? Seeing none, may I have a motion to
So
approve
move.
Second.
the consent agenda? I heard a motion from Board Member Turkin, a second from Vice Chair Cruz. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say no. The ayes have it. Motion passes unanimously. We're now going to begin with 12. This is the amended 12. We're going to begin with Mr. Tim Tack on the update on the MLK project.
Hi, good evening, board. Vicky, is there any representative from Centennial online?
I just got a text from Mr. Sweezy. He's walking in. He says he should be here shortly.
Okay, so
All right,
that'll be
so
good timing.
I'll continue then.
Yes.
This is the MLK Junior Corridor Commercial Redevelopment and Affordable Multifamily Rental Apartment Project. It provides 124 affordable rental units as well as 8,250 square feet of leasable commercial space. If we can go and take a look at the photos real quick. The east building, they've started to install the parapet roof that you can see right on that line. You see where the wood truss is up on the corner of the roof there. And they're continuing to install windows, doors, the electrical, plumbing, mechanical, and the fire. Next photo. You can see from the last time they've actually started doing the stucco treatment. And you can see it's complete on this side. Next photo. You can see that you're looking at the roof, so you get a better idea of how they're installing the parapet roof on the wood trusses. Next photo. And it should be an interior where they were hanging the insulation for the walls. So next one. You right there? Okay. Okay, and here you can see the north building looking north from MLK. You can see some slight changes since the last from the exterior that you can see there. Next photo. There you can see they got some first lift of asphalt down on the back side of the building. Next photo. There you're looking at the TPO for the roof. You can see that they're getting the weatherproofing completed. Next one. And just another interior where you can see the rough end of the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. And the next one, Vicki. There's the west building looking south from MLK Junior Boulevard. You can see that they're applying stucco to the exterior and the block work. Next photo. And there's another side. You can see the guys working and mudding up on the walls. They're applying stucco. Next photo. Just a shot from the roof. You can see staging the insulation for the roof deck. And the next one. And just a shot from the interior where they're storing some supplies. You can see where they worked on the roof for the fire. The CRA staff is continuing to coordinate with Centennial Management on leasing the commercial spaces. Just today, we received the flyer. They have, it's my understanding that they're currently accepting applications from walk-ins at their Ocean Breeze East location. And they provided us with a flyer that we can, that we've posted on the website, if I'm not mistaken. And we have a representative, Mr. Sweezy, here to talk about some of the updates as well as a part of this item.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Tack. Good evening, Mr. Sweezy.
Good morning, Mayor. Good evening. Good evening, Mrs. Weezy.
It's nice seeing you again, and I think the progress we've seen is tremendous.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Mayor. And I'm open for any suggestions or any ideas from the commission.
Is the microphone on? Can we check?
Oh, I'm sorry. Open for any ideas, or suggestions from the commission or anything they would like.
Executive Director?
So really just this is semi-annual progress report, and Tim has encapsulated the project and the status of the construction, and that's what the board would like to see, as well as the members of the public to see as they report. Now, there'll be more reporting that will come up when the leasing starts and when there's people that will be moving in. But as we had noted, that the residential application process for the leasing has begun. And we have posted on our website so everybody could see that. But one can pick up an application at the Ocean Breeze East Apartments community building to get the application as well if they don't have access to a computer. Mr. Sweezy can tell you more about the process if you choose on that process for income qualification. And that's something that's handled by Centennial in accordance with the state requirements for your tax credit program.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Shutt. Mr. Sweezy, I would love to hear more about the application process. For example, when did you release the application? How long has it been out? How many people have responded? What's the progress report on that?
Well, the progress report, it's still in the beginning phases. We still have quite a few people show every day. It's getting more and more word of mouth, getting out there. I'm trying to get an ad in the For Rent magazine for the last 3 weeks, but I know when I advertise on that, it's going to go all out. I'm gonna get what, Lake Worth. I'm gonna get Delray, Deerfield, all the way down to Pompano, coming over, filling out applications. And right now, I know when we did Ocean Breeze, there was a lot of concern that it wasn't the people of the city of Boynton getting the housing. And what I notice now is we're getting a huge turnout from the local community of Boynton Beach. So before I make it open to so competitive to everyone else, I think it'd be nice to give the people of Boynton Beach the first opportunity in an unofficial way.
What do you think is most effective? Is it just word of mouth? Because
Right.
we wanna keep doing local, right? That's
Right now,
priority.
a lot of it's just coming from my complex and just word of mouth. It's amazing. And from the local community all around. It's just everywhere. But I'm getting 10, 15 applications a day. Now, when we pre-screen them and we require a 600 credit score, you lose maybe 30%, 40%. And then when you go through your process and all, some people say they qualify, they don't. And you end up getting, if you're lucky to retain 50% of what you have, you're lucky. And so it's an ongoing process. We're anticipating a June 1st close move-in if everything goes right. So at least with one building, and that'll probably be the southeast building. And then it'll be the northwest building right after that. I'm at the north building and then the northwest after that. So we still have plenty of time. I'm trying to get it out now in the For Rent magazine. But when that happens, you're going to have all in North Broward and all of Palm Beach County in here.
Well, maybe we should put that on hold.
That's no problem. Listen, it's going to be a successful lease up either way. I just want to make everybody here happy. But if you're no rush, I'm in no rush either.
Yeah, we just want to prioritize the local residents. Of course.
Absolutely.
Board member, hey, this is your district. Let's begin with you. Any questions and comments? And we'll go around the dais.
How are the two commercial entities doing? Are they on time?
Well, the commercial, they have to get their own, a lot of it's their first rodeo.
Yeah.
And they have to get their own first plans and their own design and all from an architect from a build out perspective. So it's not going as quickly as we anticipated, but it's moving all in the proper direction. I think it's going pretty good now.
Okay.
I believe we have, Board Member Hay, about 3 tenants that are moving forward
Yeah,
really well.
pretty
and-
rapidly.
Yeah, and then we're following up as many of the responsiveness that we can. Bonnie is helping meeting with all the tenants or potential tenants that are in there. And Mr. Bilton from Mr. Sweezy's staff is also helping as well. So
No, we're really excited. And I think the CRA's done a great job of trying to promote and it's been awful equitable and very reinforcing to the tenants who want to get in and try their first business.
I could tell you were excited about a big smile on your face.
No, I'm always happy to see you all. I feel like you're all friends.
But I will be there at the grand opening.
I appreciate that. I want
Up here
you
or
to be.
not, I'll be there.
And maybe not this week, but next week, the end of next week or the week after that, if it's fine with the CRA director, maybe you all might want to just come out to do a pre-walk and just kind of see what's going on yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just like an unofficial, just
Well, I
walk
can't
through.
speak for everybody.
I personally would love to go next week.
Okay.
That would be-
we
appreciate that.
will try to do it individually and coordinate with
Yes.
Mr. Sweezy just
Okay.
for
Perfect.
in the sunshine.
That'd be nice. I'd enjoy that.
Okay. Thank you, board member. Vice Chair Cruz, questions or comments?
Just really happy to see some affordable housing in our
Thank you.
city,
Thank
and
you.
I appreciate you prioritizing Boynton Beach residents.
Thank
That's all I have. Thank you for your update.
Thank you.
Board member Turkin. All right, board member Kelly.
My only question, and it might be more for staff, is thank you for targeting Boynton Beach residents, but are we getting the word out, or how can we get the word out also to our Boynton Beach employees who may be interested in this?
It's a real
Is-
good idea.
Is there a way that we can put this
We-
flyer out somehow to the employees?
Well, we can certainly, share it with the city manager and their staff because it's out there already. So there's really no preferential treatment for anybody who's eligible from the city's perspective. We certainly can share that. We just got the flyer today, but we'll do it first thing in the morning to the city manager, and he can distribute it through their normal internal mail, or they may even be able to put it on their
Post it maybe
internet,
somewhere? Mhm.
however they disseminate information to the staff with or without emails. I know there's other ways in which they can do that as well. So we can share it tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. That's all I had.
All right, thank you, board member. Mr. Sweezy, before you go, I just wanted to say thank you for your hard work. And I'm very, very excited about this project.
Thank you.
And I will connect with you later because I can tell you now that some of the local schools are very interested in what's coming in terms of enrollment. That's really important to the local schools, the families and the demographics that they're looking for. So we'll connect later.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. I believe that concludes all of the Wells Landing items. Moving on
Here.
to, yes.
Just so you're
Jack,
aware,
yes.
the semi-annual progress reports, Centennial is in compliance with the requirements of both the development agreement as well as the purchase and development agreement. And they've supplied, as a part of this agenda item, their annual report for the TURFA. So they're in compliance with
Excellent.
all of the agreements.
And how much have we dispersed for reimbursement so far?
I don't have the exact number with me, but it's in the 600,000 neighborhood between the two agreements. And we're working on another payment as we speak.
All right. So on schedule, on compliance.
Yep.
In compliance.
Yep.
All right. Was there anything else? That was it? All right. Thank you. We're now moving on to 12D, consideration of approval for the lease extension of Florida Technical Consultants LLC. Executive Director, could you introduce the item?
Sure. As you could recall, the Florida FTC was a GIS software training entity They are also our current tenant within the 529 East Ocean Avenue building when the CRA purchased the property from the Oyer. Mr. James Barton's here. He's requesting a 6-month extension in accordance with his extension agreement. We have included all the terms that's in the extension. The draft is included as attachment 4. We also have obtained written consent from Affiliate Development for this extension as well. We're here for any questions. I believe Mr. Barton can answer any questions you may have as well.
All right, thank you. Mr. Barton, good evening. And before you begin, let me just ask a question to our executive director. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but the language in the agreement says that this will terminate at the conclusion of how many months?
It will terminate after October 14th,
Okay,
2023, 6 months.
6 months. All right, thank you so much.
Starts at April 15th.
All right, are there any comments or questions from my colleagues
So
on this?
this is the very last one if we approve. it.
Right, it has a built-in termination. If I understand that correctly, Council.
That's correct. It has a termination date. It also provides that either party can, for any reason, terminate the lease on 60 days notice, which is what Affiliated asks us to include as the contract purchaser. So
Good.
All right. Let's open this item for public comment. And the first one here is Mr. Barton. Good evening.
Good evening, James Barton at 533 East Ocean. Thanks for letting me speak again. We're a small engineering firm that does a lot of GIS. We work for a lot of municipalities, and we're hoping to, we're looking for another place in downtown Boynton Beach. So we're hoping to just stay a little bit longer so we can find a nice place because the market's starting to open up a little bit, but it's still very tight.
All right, thank you. Anything else? Ms. Kerfman, was there anybody online with their hands raised?
There are no hands raised.
All right, public comments on this item are now closed. Thank you. Any final questions or comments from my colleagues? Seeing none, may I have a
I want to
motion?
say,
Go ahead, board member.
You do understand that this exhausts the extension.
Okay.
Okay, you got that. Okay.
motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second. This is for the 6-month lease extension to Florida Technical Consultants LLC. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. The ayes have it, motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you.
congratulations. All right, that concludes all of old business. We are now moving on to new business 13A, consideration of fiscal year 22-23 budget amendment for unreserved fund balance. Executive Director.
This will be handled by our finance director, Ms. Vicki Hill.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Board Chair, Vice Chair, Board Members. Vicki Hill, CRA Finance Director. Upon completion of our audit, we have some unreserved funds in the total of $1,057,921. And staff would like to allocate those funds to our acquisition line. Thank you. We're trying to buy things here in Boynton Beach, get rid of slum and blight. And that is where we would like to place those funds. And if you would like to do anything else with those funds, we're open for suggestions and we can move them at any time. So it's not permanent, but we would like to put them there so we can buy up Boynton.
All right, thank you. Go
There's
ahead.
been some potential voluntary sales that the CRA staff has been approached, and we're looking through that right now, and we'll bring that back for your approval once we have their offer. But we thought at least this will hold us over till the budget planning process, should the board want to move forward with some of those items.
All right, personally, I think this is something that I support because we are going to keep going with the redevelopment along Boynton Beach Boulevard, and obviously we're going to need the cash, obviously. Board Member Kelly, do you have any questions or comments?
No, I agree with you, Chair. I think that moving that to acquisition makes perfect sense that's what we're in the business to do. And so I'm good with that.
Thank you. And as Ms. Hill said, if anything comes up, we can always move it around. Board Member Turgan?
I share the same sentiment, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Vice Chair?
Agreed as well.
All right, Board Member Hay?
And I'm good.
All right.
All right, winning Wednesday.
Public comments, and clearly there are no one in the audience. Is there anybody online, Ms. Kerfman, who would like to speak?
No hands are raised.
All right, thank you. Public comments are closed. We have a motion to reallocate the unreserved funds to acquisition.
Second.
Who was the motion? Vice Chair Cruz made the motion. We had a second from.
Second.
All right, board member. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. The ayes have it. Motion passes unanimously. Congratulations. From my understanding, this brings us to the conclusion of our meeting. Unless there's any final comments from anybody, Board Member Kelly.
Tweet, can I just ask you one quick question on, so with the future agenda items, what of those agenda items are going before the advisory board in the near future? What's the advisory board status?
So you will, if we get input back from the post office and the board here's the presentation from the two proposers, the board can then assign the assignment, for the CRAB board to look at the purchase and development agreement or whatever agreement that you will see first, depending on how long it'll take for us to reach an agreement or with the proposer. That will be their first assignment. It may not happen, if everything goes well, it may happen like in June, because I have a feeling we're going to need at least a month to meet with their attorney, our attorney, to go over the agreement before, presenting to you. And if we can do it, we'll present to you first. And usually the board would like to have, that could serve as a public forum when CRAB reviews it as well, to have additional input before you act on it.
Okay. Can we add to future agenda item discussions about the advisory board and what we should do? Because one of the advisory board members reached out to me and, they just feel like they're not doing anything. And so I want to talk about that and have a discussion on a future meeting about what we can do to activate that advisory board or what we should do if we need to change something, because canceling it every month is not working. So please.
So, board member, thank you for that. So what I heard from you is a motion to amend the agenda to include future discussion on the advisory board, the CRA advisory board. Is there a second for that amendment?
Second.
All right.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, so we'll be having that in a future meeting. Are there any other closing comments from anybody else? If not, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
And there's a second. Good evening, everybody. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.